Hey, welcome back. It's funny when I do that because I hit stop when I say goodbye on the end of my video, And after I hit stop, I don't, not always, but if I still feel like want to talk more and get more camera time in to get more relaxed with this camera, after I stop it, well then I hit the record button and say, hey, welcome back to another video. So a second sometimes goes by, or two, or okay, we'll say 3 seconds, 5 seconds, I don't know. But for you, it's not until the next day. Kind of different. I feel that's what I'm giggly in the beginning sometimes because I think of that I just got done saying goodbye to you, and then I'm saying hi to you again all within one breath or whatever, Kind of different. It's different learning. Doing this and doing a channel and being in front of a camera, and I guess it might be one of the gutsier things I've done in my life. I mean, I've walked into some physical battles in my life that when I was younger I'd really get the shakes, because I didn't like, if a fight situation or intensity, I'd get the shakes, and I'll let you go. My friend just pulled up. Hey, welcome back to another video. It is now 3:33. How cool is that? 333, like the Holy Trinity 3 times over. Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. 3:33. Well, isn't that something else? That's cool. What a perfect time to turn on this video. Maybe it'll have some kind of meaning with somebody or something. If it sits with you, that's awesome. It sits with me. I got a thing for the number 3. So that's why I got so excited about it. I just got back from hanging out with a friend who I haven't seen in about 30 years. Very, very, very enjoyable. Kind of sucks because, over so much time, there's so much more I wanted to just keep talking and sharing with him, and I wanted to hear more of his story. I wanted to keep sharing more of my story with him, and I had to kind of contain myself because I was so excited to see him. After so many years that in the beginning I was just like blah 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 blah, and I had to refrain myself, pull myself back so I could let him talk too, And because that was another weakness I had when I was younger. I'd get my gums flapping and I'd do more talking and not enough listening, So, but we all keep learning as we go, None of us were given a manual on how to be perfect or anything. Although I like to think I'm doing pretty good. Can you see the halo? No. I try. But, yeah, very, very enjoyable. To me, it was like another godsend. It was meant to be. I know it. All of this, everything that's been happening to me was meant to be. Not all these years, anything that he's done in his life, anything I've done in my life, and it's cool that whatever it was, the different chain of events that brought it back together for us to be able to spend today together. Now I hope we get to do it again sometime soon. And if you're watching, I had a blast. I can't wait till we get to spend some more time together. I don't know if he wants me to mention his name or nothing on here, so I'll try not to do that. I have mentioned a few other names on here. And I told myself going into this I wasn't going to do that, but it's kind of hard not to, when I'm free flowing and talking, so sometimes it just slips out. And I haven't had to sign any NDAs with anybody, so I think I'm kind of safe there, I hope. But I don't want to upset anybody either. Like if I ended up talking about somebody, not thinking about it from my past or that, and mentioned their name slipped out or something, and they seen the video and they didn't like it, well, odds are I could just take and I tell them I'm sorry, I'll redo that video, and I'd just, even though it's more work, I'd take and I'd redo that video, and then I could go to that part and then cut out the soundtrack there just in that spot, so their name wasn't said or something, and then put it back up. sounds easier than it is, but basically what I'd be doing is deleting that actual video, going back into my records, or else I could re-download that video, and then put it into my editing program, cut out that part of the audio, and then delete that video, and then re-upload it with the same title after it, you know. But I don't even know what I'm thinking about that. I don't think I'll run into that problem. And the American flag over at Perkins is there. It was really just flapping really nice in the wind, full. It was pretty looking. Cool. Yeah, I just turned the camera on, didn't even have an idea what I was going to say. I just turned it on and started talking. And the fact that I turned it on at 3:33 was kind of neat, even though I know it's just a number. But still, I like it. That's because of that Holy Trinity, you know, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Really don't know what I was going to say or talk about. I know I want to run over next door and go to the Target's grocery store and get a couple of things. So, what I've been doing now has been, one thing that I've been finding is I'm putting out videos at such a rate because I'm not doing a whole bunch of editing. So it has a double bonus. I didn't want to edit. It might make some of my videos maybe boring, where I, you know, daydream off into the distance or something. But anybody that has learned anything about video or does channels or has done any editing, they'll be able to see that I'm all real from the beginning of the video to the end. I don't have any cuts in there. It's not cutting from one angle to another angle or whatever. It's just a straight filming. Now, I do have somewhere, like if the video was only this long, and say it was only 3 minutes, and then I got an 8-minute video that was after it or whatever, I might take, you know, where that one ended, I might take this other video and put it up there, and that might be where you'd see a jump cut. But I'm not like, you know, I'm not cutting this part out, and then putting this part over here, and then this part over there, you know, making it all, you know, like a production. I ain't doing that. I want it to be real and raw. And I might say some things that maybe somebody might criticize me for later because I'm just talking off the cuff and being me, you know. But I was a little afraid of feeling vulnerable when I started this channel and filming. And I thought about that stuff a little bit, but I thought it ain't no different than me meeting people in life and somebody judging me in life when I meet them, you know. I mean, so I'm being me and sharing me with you, and I hope you like it. Hope you get something good out of it. That is my intention behind this channel, is positivity, that you'll see who I am as a human being or a soul or whatever, and hopefully you like who I am. And amongst my different stories of whatever starts flapping out of my gums, hopefully you get either some entertainment out of that, some wisdom out of it, maybe you'll learn some stuff, or maybe I might make you laugh, or I might make you cry in some of my situations where I've had a hard time, or I start crying when I'm talking about something. Maybe you'll feel my emotions. Maybe that'll affect you. I don't want you to feel sad or something, but I guess if you're feeling any emotions from watching me, kind of a good thing, because then that means you're relating or understanding me or something, you know, which is reality. I like reality. This AI stuff is kind of creeping me out a little bit. I just hope it doesn't turn into some big, ugly, scary, world-changing thing that it could, you know. I don't know. Scary to think about a little bit. But I have faith that things are going to get better throughout the country and hopefully throughout the whole world. It's funny, that coming from a guy who don't have a job and don't know how he's getting by day to day sometimes. The Lord keeps providing and people keep helping, and I got to thank everybody that's helped me. many ways. Without all the help I've gotten from everybody, it would have been that much harder, the things I go through. But every little bit that somebody's helped me has made it that much, a little bit easier for me while I'm going through whatever this is I'm going through. But I do feel and believe that I am being led by the Lord on whatever this is, this path. I know it's leading to something good. In an earlier video, I don't know if it was, I think it was earlier today, that I talked about a kind of a documentary that I'd watched. They call it a documentary, but it's kind of like I said it was kind of like a documentary, kind of a Hallmark feeling kind of a documentary thing. Because it goes from documentary to kind of movie, like BC budget movie thing, kind of mixed together, like, but it's the documentary. It's by Dr. Wayne Dyer, and it's called The Shift. Like shifting a gear. And it's really neat. I'd recommend watching it. Maybe you'll get something out of it, maybe you won't. But Dr. Wayne Dyer, The Shift. That has helped me, even though I believed in God all along, I've been close to God. That documentary kind of helped was it like another piece of the puzzle to where I am today, you know. In it, he talks about different cultures or beliefs too, you know, and I think he says something about the Tao or Buddha and different, you know, or some different beliefs and stuff. But in the universe, because everybody's kind of got their own beliefs, but in my heart, I feel like we're all kind of reaching to the same thing, and that's God. And somebody might call God something different or have their different beliefs, but there's a reason for that too. I don't know why it is. You know, we get all these different people in the world that have different religious beliefs and stuff, and the thing is from God Almighty, the creator of it all, even though everybody's seeing something different, doesn't mean necessarily that anybody's wrong, even though there's conflicting beliefs. But there is a reason. I believe there's a reason for each of those different things, you know. And somehow the puzzle all comes together. But we just don't have all the pieces, or we haven't seen how to put the pieces together. Just like a puzzle, you know, you can have all those pieces there, and you don't have the whole picture. But as you start putting it together, putting each piece together, the picture becomes more and more apparent, you know. And when you finish the puzzle, then you see the whole picture. I think that's kind of how our lives are, you know, and the lives of humanity on the planet, you know, with all this stuff. I wish I had an answer for the meaning of life. I did that on I think I did that on one of my videos. I was like, and there was always one on, but my SD card was cutting out. That's when I did it, because SD card kept cutting out, and it was frustrating me. So then I was joking around. I said something about, and when I started recording again, I said, and that is what the meaning of life really is, you know, as if I had been talking about it all along, but that the card cut it out, you know. Just to be a smart aleck, like, you know, somebody like, it's like you're into some sports game, and right at the shot clock when he's throwing, it could possibly be the game-winning score, and then somebody changes the channel. You know, it's kind of one of those kind of joke moments. But it's supposed to be warmer tonight. I checked my diesel when I got back here, and I'm at about between like a quarter and a third of tank on the diesel thing, and then in my 5-gallon, I think I got at least another gallon in there, so I'll use that to fill it up in a while. I could have done it right away then, but I was feeling kind of lazy yet. Maybe I'll do it when I come back from Target or something. Yeah, I don't know. crazy how this has all been, you know. I have my up and down moments. Today was definitely a very up moment. Getting to hang out and visit was really, really cool. And I get that a lot, you know, with my friend Tony and Cliff. I got to call Cliff. Sorry, Cliff. I'll call you back in a little while. I haven't quite figured out what's happening next or where the good stuff's coming from. I'm going to put out some more job applications. Whether or not I'll get them, I don't know. But I got to do it anyway because I either got to find, somehow make myself convince somebody else to hire me, at least for a while, to make some money to put aside for a little while. Or, good Lord's got to bless me with some type of miracle or something. But something's got to change real quick here. And I don't know how it's going to happen or exactly when, but it's got to happen pretty quick. Because even though I have very strong faith, oh, somebody's talking about me. Here's ringing. I can hear it, boy. Somebody's talking up a storm right now. Talking to my friend about a little bit about my channel too, and about how I'd be surprised I don't post it on Facebook to everybody, you know. And I said, well, I did it with my other channel, but because of other not good people in life, people that aren't so nice, that want to cause problems or make things not nice, that's why I don't post it on Facebook, because this channel is important to me, very important to me. Well, so is the other channel, but this is a different kind of important. And I don't want that negativity bleeding into this channel, or somebody trying to just come in and cause a bunch of ruckus, you know. And that's something that my brother very well might do, or possibly some of my siblings, just because, you know, like they say, misery loves company, or, you know, some people like to beat other people down to make themselves feel higher, but knock somebody down so they can feel at the same level or higher. And I don't want that right now. I mean, I'm probably going to have to deal with it at some point. Like I told my friend, is that, you know, at some point they're going to discover this channel, you know, because I never put myself on camera before, and I'm on every thumbnail that's there and every video. It's all me. And with the algorithm and stuff and how it works, it's only a matter of time before all of them start stumbling onto my channel. And hey, that's Darren, you know. It'll happen, but I want it to happen organically. You know, I don't need to advertise it or bring people in. I've got a few people on Facebook, because I post on Facebook to my family and stuff, you know, that I'm at the library, I was editing and uploaded. I uploaded so many videos today, blah, 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 blah. So my mom's side of the family that truly cares about me and wants to know I'm alive and I'm doing okay, so they can see that I'm still staying active and not just wellering and rotting away in depression of not working, and, you know, my mom dying and my brother taking everything and my sister's turning against everything, all that stuff, you know. They worry about me. Understandable. And it hasn't been easy. It's been hard. But I project positivity on my Facebook, even in my sad days. I don't share my sad days or talk negative on Facebook. Everything I put on Facebook is positive. You know, if I'm not feeling positive, I don't post, you know, unless I have something positive to post about. And it's either got to be neutral or positive. I don't put no negativity there. And my mom's got siblings that are still alive, aunts or uncles, that, and they're older. And if I post negative stuff, that's going to stress them out more, because they care. They do care. And I don't want them to have to stress, you know. And I'm going to be okay. It's just very tough what I'm going through, but it's all for a reason, you know. I know they all worry about me. My mom, she was so worried about me in the beginning. You know, a lot of my good family is like, you got to get a house, you got to get an apartment, you got to get an apartment, you know, start small and work your way up, blah, 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 blah. They were all like, you can't stay in a camper. Well, the thing is, I've been watching RV life and van life, wanting to try it for a lot of years and building up towards it. Well, when all this ugliness happened, I still hadn't made that step to go into RV and van life. You know, I got my solar and all these different things I prepared and all the videos I watched, and I still kept telling myself, oh, I'm getting there. You know, just like when starting a YouTube channel and then not getting the video out because you wanted to edit it or be perfect or whatever. I better hurry up and get this to a close. But so then life just kind of forced me into it. You know, all of a sudden all this stuff happened, and so guess what? You're going to start it now, and at least I got a shelter over my head. I'm not laying out in the rain and the gutter somewhere or something. You know, now we got winter. That's been a little tough. It's been a struggle, but thanks to good people, God people have been helping me. You know, God said that was one of my weaknesses, is that I had pride, and it was hard. It was hard for me to accept help. I'd always be like, no, and I'd suffer in the silence and away from everything. God said I need to get past that. You know, and that's probably why I'm having such a hard time now. It's a learning lesson for me. It's learning to accept help and ask for help and stuff, you know. And still ain't easy, but you know, if that's what I'm supposed to learn, I'm learning it, and I can't wait till I don't have to ask for help anymore, when I can just keep helping people. And I'm still helping people even though I'm needing help, you know. I just help them as a person. I can't really help them financially right now. Anybody I help financially is very little, because I've had, like when I go to church on Sundays, I try to at least have 3 $1 bills, you know, because of my thing with the 3 of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. And when I go to church on Sundays, I try to at least have 3 $1 bills to donate to the church. And I've done that almost every week I went there for quite a while now. And it's hard sometimes because, you know, that $3 adds up, and it could be, that's at least 1 gallon of diesel that could keep me heated for so many hours, you know. But I do it because I feel like I'm supposed to. But hey, I gotta get going. This is a long one. God bless you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Thumbs up if you will.